Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. I do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Thursday, the 21st of October, 2021, right here in Trinidad and Tobago. So viewers, our studio in Caroni, number 14 Caroni, Savannah Road in Shogunas. You are viewing us live on Synergy Network. Remember, we are also on Facebook. We are also on YouTube. So if you're on your Facebook, viewing us as our show is going live, share our live stream on YouTube, TT Real Talk, subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. So viewers, as we start off our program tonight, remember, those of you that are having spiritual problems, feel free to contact me. Those of you who have property to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also contact me. So as we start off tonight, the opposition attempt to have President Paula May Weeks removed from the office over the confusion at the Police Service Commission, the PSC, have been defeated. The Electoral College comprising all sitting members of the Senate and House of Representatives met in Parliament today, with MP Esmond Ford being absent. The motion was defeated with 24 members for, 47 members against, and no abstain. So Trinidad and Tobago is our democracy in Trinidad and Tobago under threat? 2386716 is our number to call in. Had the motion been adopted, a tribunal would have been set up and led by the Chief Justice and other senior magistrates to task with investigating the President's alleged wrongdoing to be considered by the Parliament. Earlier on, as Prasad Bisesa sought to comment upon the conclusion of a presentation, UNC MP complained that Anasat George was silencing Prasad Bisesa. Opposition leader also went further as to ripping apart Parliament guidelines.
These guidelines seem to have forgotten the origin of the word parliament.
Member.
They come from the word
Member. Member, I'm on my legs.
Do? Is this mic now on? Thank you very much, madam. I'm saying these guidelines done by your good self forgets the word parliament, comes from the word parley, to allow for debate. And before I read the motion, I want to say these guidelines are illegal, null and void. Illegal.
Why was that individual interfering with the mic system? That is number one to start with. You are telling us, and you are telling all parliamentarians, all senators, all independent senators that were there today in the Parliament, that I could do what I want. That is the message that you are sending. I could do what I want. Bliss acted on her own. The President acted on her own. Now the House Speaker is acting on her own. So are they above the law that they could do anything they want? Now I'm going to tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. I didn't expect the opposition to have a chance in Parliament today. I did not. You know why? That was the same House Speaker who did not want to debate the COVID-19 motion when it was brought up in the House of Representatives. Is our democracy under attack in Trinidad and Tobago, where those in authority could do as they please without answering to anybody? Did power get to their head that they forgot who they are? They forgot this, they are serving the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? So when something like this happens in a parliament, what do you think would happen outside? How do you think they would treat you and I as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? So the president now still have to come out and tell the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, or is she too big to explain why she retracted the list that's supposed to be in the parliament, supposed to be in the House of Representatives, debating on who is the next commissioner of police? Or is it that the individual who visited her, she refused to say who visited her, didn't like somebody that was on that merit list to become the next commissioner of police? You see, Trinidad and Tobago is all about appointing a commissioner of police, you know. This whole bacchanal is all about appointing a commissioner of police, you know. And when you see the prime minister could back up the president for wrongdoing, that says a lot. And when the president, who holds the highest office in Trinidad and Tobago, acted on her own by retracting the list, that says a lot. And when Miss Bliss, could act on her own while the rest of the PCS board resigned and didn't know what she was doing, that tells me that politics is in play of choosing the next commissioner for Trinidad and Tobago. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
All right, go ahead.
I just want to ask one question, right? Why does the that in this conference not asking this question, right? If the Prime Minister is stating that he and the President follow the Constitution and the act constitutional, right? Why does all the police come forward, the whole board resign?
I can't hear what you're saying clearly. Caller, we do apologize for cutting, but there's some sort of distortion between you and I. I can't hear what you're saying clearly. So viewers, who does the Prime Minister, the President, and Bliss Sipasad wants as the next Commissioner of Police? Who you think they're going to choose, or who are they going to select to be the next Commissioner of Police? This whole bacchanal is with choosing a Commissioner of Police. And if wrongdoing is okay to choose the next Commissioner of Police, who do you think is going to lead the Trinidad and Tobago security into doing its proper work or a proper job? Who you think will do that? When they would be ordered by the Prime Minister, they will be ordered by the President. You see, what they didn't like Gary for is that when they heard the Prime Minister say, lock them up, Gary said, I cannot go into their property and lock them up. That is their private property. That is what they didn't like. That is what they didn't like. You see, they want somebody that when they hear they pull them, the hand must raise. When they hear turn the string, the neck must turn. So, policing in Trinidad and Tobago very soon will be controlled by politicians of this land. Of this land. So all this commotion is about choosing the next commissioner of police. That is what caused this whole bacchanal that we are facing presently. So I want to hear your take on that. So is the Police Service Commission and the Police Service of Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something, they will be manipulated by politicians. By politicians. So are they an independent body anymore? No. I can safely say that they are not independent anymore. Because look at the mess. Look at the mess security is in Trinidad and Tobago presently. All because of selecting a commissioner of police. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saieed. And this is the Honorable Imitation Vaccine Playground.
Talk to me.
You see, the people who created the problem, they want to find the solution for that. And that is the president, that is the vaccine playground, and that is the police commissioner service, the head of that. Listen to me. I listened to the debate, and 4 points that came out of the debate tells me they're stifling democracy and we have a dictatorship not running but is here now. First thing, I heard today that the 2009 law for the appointment of the police commissioner was struck down. You know who was the author of that? The lady sitting in the chair. So she's compromised already and she's supposed to step aside.
Correct.
The other thing is, you see that lady who vote by the name of Supasad or Sipasad, she is compromised, she has a conflict of interest, she's supposed to set them. And that same speaker lady caused them to allow her to vote. The third thing is that, look at it, all the information they give are conflicted, are different. So when you make one lie, you could never get all your ducks in a row. You can tell the truth, all those affidavits and them voters have the same thing. But when you make a lie and you try to, cover it up and all kind of thing, you get plenty people saying the different thing. That is what I only find out today. Apparently, the man went twice by the president's house, 11th and 12th. No, we have to get an inspector. No, I don't want an inspector. I want the Mighty Sparrow to give us the information. You remember the Mighty Sparrow sang a song, Philip, my dear, I want to know who was in your bedroom. I think we had to bring him in, we go find out. Because why did they want to be transparent? If the same set of people doing the same thing, and they go get the same conflicted police service commission, we will end up in the same callaloo. So we have to get it. I don't know how we will promote it, but the people have to stand up and, as they say, push back. Because these people who head in all those high office are lying to us. I don't want to use the offensive term, but they are lying. Have a nice night and a God.
Thank you, my friend. My question is, here it is at Trinidad and Tobago. The list was submitted on August the 12th. The merit list to the House of Representatives to debate on the police commission, selecting a police commissioner. The president pulled back the list. On whose authority? On whose request? On whose request? Who gave her the authorization to retract the list? That's number one. That's where she acted on her own. On what grounds did she retract the merit list? On what grounds? Number two, does the Prime Minister have any say in selecting a police commissioner? The Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Keith Rowley, is supporting the President of Trinidad and Tobago, Paula May Weeks. And he is saying, allegedly saying, by supporting her, It is okay for she to tender the list, and it's okay for she to pull back the list. Who gave that authorization? Who is selecting the Commissioner of Police for Trinidad and Tobago? Is it the President or is it the Prime Minister? Who have the authorization to select the Commissioner of Police? And why is the Prime Minister getting involved in choosing? What is his role? And why are you backing up the President retracting the list? Why? This whole callaloo is not for the Prime Minister. That is not your place, Mr. Prime Minister. That is not your place. When the opposition asks, why did you retract the list? Nobody said nothing. Nobody said nothing. Nobody gave an answer. So why it is the Prime Minister supporting the President who retract the list? Why didn't he find out from the President of Trinidad and Tobago as to why are you retracting the list? Who is it that is on that list that you all don't want as the Commissioner of Police for Trinidad and Tobago Police Service? We are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, there's lots more in store. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and investor businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716 for further information. Our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Our democracy has melted for us as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Take what I tell you earlier. And in the coming months, you all will see what I am telling you. The Ministry of Health has received a donation of a PCR machine from the United States government valued at $52,928 in US. The PCR machine was handed by the US government to the Ministry of Health. The Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Roshan Parashram, at the Trinidad Public Health Laboratory. Moore added, that's Shanti Moore, added that the Ministry of Health has been doing a great work to lead Trinidad and Tobago out of the pandemic. The United States has donated approximately $2.5 million US worth of equipment and other resources to the government of Trinidad and Tobago to help in the fight against this deadly disease. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Peter.
Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
Who called earlier on and the phone was getting in trouble?
Okay, no problem. Go right ahead. I'm hearing you clearly.
What I want to find out, right, from this government, and they're not giving you no answer for this, right? If the Prime Minister today, we say that they acted constitutionally, right? The President, and he acted constitutionally. But if they acted constitutionally, right, how come the whole police service complaint board resign? How Bliss, all of them resign? We in Trinidad and Tobago reach a dictator state right now, when you think about how things going. You see how the thing, right, so it's Dubai or the Caribbean, Trinidad come like Venezuela or the Caribbean at the moment.
Correct.
Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Well said. You see, when Venezuela was lining up for food, we were laughing. We were laughing. During the COVID-19 pandemic, what were we doing? What were we doing? What end miss us and pass us? Yeah. What end miss us and pass us? So viewers, our democracy is under attack in Trinidad. We can no longer do and say as we please. Our freedom of speech will be affected. Our rights will be affected. Our mindset will be affected in the coming months. Because if the Prime Minister, the President, and Bliss Sipasad cannot give Trinidad and Tobago explanation as to why they committed certain act, and these people hold high office, well, let's resign. But the Prime Minister and the President, they hold the highest office. And if they cannot give the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago an explanation as to why they are acting like that, what do you think is going to happen? I telling earlier, it will have a riot. And ministers will pack up and leave. Take what I'm telling earlier. Take what I'm telling earlier. So moving along now, parents have expressed mixed feelings about the Ministry of Education announcement that all Forms 4 to 6 students were vaccinated or not must return to the physical classroom on Monday, 25th October 2021. Yesterday, Gasby Dolly said, teachers will no longer be required to teach online classes as all students must return to school.
All students of Forms 4 to 6 or equivalent, regardless of vaccination status, are required to attend school physically for teaching classes, practicals, and school-based assessments from Monday, 25th October 2021. 2. Schools are not required to provide online classes or synchronous sessions for students of Forms 4 to 6 or equivalent in lieu of student attendance at physical classes.
After hammering the Minister of Education, they came out and made this statement. So what I want to say, thank you, Miss Minister. Children from 4 to 6 can go back to school now and continue their schooling whether they are vaccinated or not. So thank you for that. But it took a lot of hammering and embarrassment before you all could come out with that. Nevertheless, vaccinated students in Form 4 to 6 on October 4th, at the beginning of the school term. However, one parent questioned what would be the protocol for a classroom with 30 pupils or children. Would the unvaccinated children need to do some type of test every day? She also questioned were parents would find the money for material after having been home for so long, with some parents without jobs. Caller, good night.
Good night, sir.
Go right ahead.
I would not say that our democracy is under attack. We don't have a democracy again. I am saying blatantly we do not have. Where in the world opposition is an integral part of the government. It's not who rules it. The opposition is part of that. When the speaker blatantly muting the opposition speaking, what is that? As you rightfully say, the man who is going to cause that riot is no other than Keith Rowley. Now look at the modus operandi of this government. You don't want a debate on coronavirus. You don't want a debate in the Senate, neither in the lower house.
Correct.
It is not important. You come in, you're signing what is this? You would still say you're not that. We don't have a democracy. It would have been so nice. Parliament is the place you go for a debate. Let the opposition have their say, and let the government and let the people decide. What is it you're afraid of? Is it now Keith Rowley doesn't want Gary Griffith? That is not his calling. That is not, you see, he took the man on the because of a wrong reason.
Yes.
Remember, he said a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. This is what you're seeing now. And he said the grounds on which you take Gary Griffith because Gary criticized his camera. Keith Rowley should be the last man on this earth to talk about disgraceful behavior. And most respectfully to you, sir, I have never seen a man more disgraceful than Keith Rowley. Everything that the late Prime Minister Patrick Manning said, everything has been realized about this man. His bullying way. You don't want Gary Griffith, so that is the end of it. You are disappointed in, so that is it. So what you say, this is galloping dictatorship. Where are the likes of Basdeo Pandey, Mikila Pandey, Ramesh Maharaj, and our democracy is under check. We do not have democracy. And the longer these people stay there, it is detrimental for the welfare of our country. Now look at this thing when you're sending back children to school now, vaccinated or non-vaccinated. And you still have places that you call it safe. So these people does not have that clue. It is like, remember with the hardware and then 1 minute is at 3, 1 minute, now everything open back. What is it they are doing? They do not have a clue what is happening in our country. Now look at the independent senators, sir. Are they really and truly independent? There was a comment by Ahi Thompson or one of them. You could see clearly they are thinking along the lines of the PNM.
Yes.
So I want to say tonight, we got, like from since this PNM comes, there is no democracy. This place is running, all out. Thanks a lot, sir.
You're welcome, my friend. Let me give a little hint with something. The Prime Minister, together with the opposition leader, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, together with the President, they're supposed to consult. The President is supposed to consult with the Prime Minister, with the opposition leader being present before she retract that list that she sent to the House of Representatives. Did you all know that? Well, if you didn't know that, tonight you know that. The President of Trinidad and Tobago supposed to invite the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley. The President of Trinidad and Tobago is supposed to invite the opposition leader, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, to have a discussion before she retracts that merit list that contains name that was supposed to be debated to choose the next Commissioner of Police for Trinidad and Tobago. Did you know that? Well, if you didn't know that, tonight you know that. So they acted on their own without thinking about anybody else in Trinidad and Tobago. So if you didn't know, now you know. It's a sad thing, It is a sad thing. You have a little physical power. And that is how you operating. Like you don't care about nobody and you don't have to answer to nobody. I'm going to tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. You see, after this incident, the way they acted, they put Trinidad to shame again. And it starts with the president. Call a good night.
Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
The first to begin with talking about the president and think the Speaker of the House is now an independent speaker. Correct. Independent speaker. No party must meet the opposition and the government. They're supposed to have an independent. And I want to know this fellow called Brian Manning. Brian Manning. He should be ashamed to sit down with Rowley and them because that man betray father, he talk on him father, nurses or the father, yes. And he see now with them fellas and them, he should be shamed. He should take him back and walk out from parliament. That man called Brian Manning, he's shameless, he's a nasty fella, he's dirty.
Thank you, my friend. That was one bacchanal. Listen this next bacchanal. Independent Senator Hazel Thompson Ayer has stated, so the days of reckoning is here. This as she made comments in regards to property tax in the Senate. Thompson Ayer stated that the same person who cry that they cannot pay property tax or don't have money will be jumping around and spending money if Carnival 2020 or Diwali Nagar is on.
The day of reckoning is here. If the government were to announce Carnival were to be held in 2022, Madam President, as in 1972, some of the very people who claim they cannot pay property tax, they will start to jump around. They will fall down on the ground. They will be in all the all-inclusive and other feds. My colleague, who sits at my right hand, tells me if the Diwali Naga is held, people will come and spend what they don't have.
Hello, hold on, let's see it. Hold on, let's see it. If you're opening your fridge, close it. If you're opening your fridge, close it. Listen this. She also stated that her friend on other Caribbean islands have no problem with property tax in their area. Keep that in mind, eh? Keep that in mind, eh? Thompson Ayer noted that there will never be a good time to start the property tax. She added that property tax should be fair and equitable.
I suggest we follow the example of Barbados, encourage people to be compliant by offering concessions for early payment of property tax and for special cases of need. There is never going to be a right time for this tax. Government, however, must ensure that the tax calculation is fair and equitable.
All ready? Previously, in a 2016 Parliament sitting, Finance Minister Colin Imbert implemented a tax exemption on multi-family dwelling units. Look at this.
Madam Speaker, we've also introduced a new measure, which was not included in the previous measure, which is the exemption from tax premiums and rents derived from the letting of a newly constructed multi-family dwelling unit. So we had commercial buildings before, car parks, and residential house sites. We're now including multi-family dwelling units. And there will also be an exemption from income tax, just like the current measures, gains or profits from the sale of such newly constructed multi-family dwellings. This incentive, this new incentive for multi-family dwelling buildings remain in effect until December 31st, 2025.
Remember her friends in Barbados. Imbud also added that he too would benefit from the exemption until 2025. Listen to this.
So it's a long time from now, member for Caroni East. This is why I said I have benefited in the past and I might benefit in the future.
So I am asking now, Hazel Thompson, where is your friend in Barbados? Why did the Minister of Finance exempted himself from paying property tax? Answer that now. Contact your friend in Barbados and ask your friend why it is Colin Imbud not paying property tax. Ask your friend how come Colin Imbud could be exempted from paying property tax. Look at his building. That is his building. Want to see our next picture? Show them our next one. That is the beginning of his building. So Thompson, where were you when Colin Imbud was exempting himself from paying property tax? Come back. But you want to talk about the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, that when they hear Carnival come, they're going to be jumping around, and when the Wali come, they're going to be going and spending money that they don't have. Why the hell you didn't tell Colin Imbud to pay property tax? You want to come and watch me because you have a little say in Parliament. You want to talk down the citizens? Go and ask Colin Imbud why he exempted himself. Let me tell you something. Not because you're in Parliament, or you could go and stand up on a podium and with a little piece of paper and talk down the citizens, you know. Not because 99% of them poor, you know. All you have to be stunt mad. Because I'm going to stand right here. You see, just so I want to stand up on a podium, I will stand on my platform. And I will stand up for the 99% of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that do not have a voice. You have a voice? You in power? Not a problem. I have a voice and I paid for my own show. So go and meet your friend in Barbados and ask them, why Colin they paying tax? You want to talk? Talk now. Talk. Side waiting for you to say something again. She also stated that her friends in other Caribbean islands have no problem with property tax in their area. You want to talk to them, to bad talk the citizen? Diwali coming, they're going to spend what they may have. Carnival 2022, if the Prime Minister say yes, we have Carnival, they're going to jump up and spend what they may have. Colin Imbud have, but he exempted himself. Why you don't talk about that? Ask your friend about that. Ask your friend now. Watch me, the little couch you may be sitting on in, it may be getting fire under your little tail. Not because all have a little power. All you go in Parliament, or all you go in a media briefing, or all you go in a cottage meeting and want to talk down the 99%, you know. Hey, I'm not depending on all you. I don't ask for ads. I don't have to talk about our next friend in our next country. I'm talking about right here in Trinidad. So you want to talk about equitable? What is fair and equitable about exempting Imbud himself? What is fair about that, Ms. Thompson? I'm asking you on national television. What is fair? That is fairness? And on top of that now, your friend Colin Imbud implemented a penalty now for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago if they do not submit their property tax. Is that fair, Ms. Thompson? You want to talk about fairness? Let me talk about that. Let me talk about that. If you want to talk about fairness. I feel like afraid. I ain't afraid, you know. And facts are beaten all your weight. So you cannot come and say, well, Saieed said this, and Saieed said that, and Saieed said the next. I'm playing it to the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. And even your friend in Barbados, in their area, would see what Saieed talking about. And your own friend might look at you different after. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But nevertheless, we'll be right back after this break.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716 for further information. Our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Now before we go any further, I do want to encourage you to contribute to our food drive. It is for the less fortunate. Now remember, I am giving away a BMW, right? And I have also included my Range Rover. Anyone? I have included my Range Rover. So this is the BMW, the M3 Sport. We're raising funds. So I'm giving something to get in return. And when you give, you will get in return. So that is the Range Rover. Everybody know I had my Range Rover for sale for $275,000. But I decided to throw it in the public domain to raise funds to put food on people's table come December 25th. Look how beautiful it is. Everybody knows I have executive rights. Everybody knows that in Trinidad. All viewers of Real Talk with Saieed Ali will know that Saieed have executive vehicles. And it's work hard. And it's work damn hard. Right? So all I want you to do, viewers, contribute $1,000 towards our food drive. Contribute $1,000 to our food drive. And you could win the BMW or the Range Rover. Now, there's 2 draws, you know. It's 2 draws, you know. 2 first place, you know. A BMW and a Range Rover, you know. So when you hear Thompson, them talking up, while you hear them talking up, rap, yap, 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 what are they doing for charity? What they giving their neighbor? They maybe have cousin who they're not even helping. What's Saieed doing? Everybody knows Saieed is always give. Real Talk always giving. So all I want you to do is make a contribution of $1,000 towards our food drive. We're starting early. We're starting early. So in December, remember, your Christmas could be blessed too, you know. It could be blessed too, you know. You could be driving a BMW, that's one winner, and you could also be driving a Range Rover. It's not more first place and second place, it's 2 first place, you know. One is a car, one is a Range Rover. Who doing that? Anybody doing that? No. No government minister doing that, no parliamentarian, no senators, no MP, no councillors, no businessman. Nobody are doing that. But who doing it? Saieed. Why? Because we're raising funds to put food on poor people's table for Christmas. Not only the rich alone could see a good Christmas with a turkey and a ham on the table, you know. No, I want that for the poor people also. I want that for those who will not have for Christmas to have a good Christmas. So all I want you to do is make a little contribution of $1,000. You can contact me at 238-6716 or 339-1670. Contact me, make a contribution. Everybody want God to bless them. But when you're stingy and your heart black like pitch, how you go get a blessing? How you go get a blessing? Look what I giving away. I giving a Range Rover. Caller, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
My friend.
Saeed, if I win any one of them vehicle, I can maintain now, eh?
Oh God, don't say that now, man.
But
here this thing is now. Caller, hear this now. When you win that and you find that too expensive to maintain, you know when you sell that, you getting 100,000 in your pocket.
Yeah.
All you have to do is give 1,000.
Yeah, but I have custom working hard for I want to know, so I wouldn't know what to do that 100,000.
Well, God, technically, God bless you.
No, I hear this. I have 2 points to make real quick.
Talk to me.
Hazel Thompson. You see that comment she made this and reading from her script too?
Yes.
You gotta be capital stupid to do that.
Boy.
And you see the talk about the Diwali Nagar side.
Your target religion.
Yeah, it's not a nice thing. It's not a nice thing. And if she friends and family just go and spend money on carnival where they don't have, that is them.
Correct.
There's something like, in my house, 1 year for carnival, I cast floor, the next year I cast ring beam, the next year I build roof, and so I keep going till I reach now. Every carnival 4 days. So she better check herself and know what she talking about. And what the viewers and them to remember. You remember when they was talking, Camille Robinson Regis was talking about people building house in Lagoon?
Yes.
You remember? You remember when Jennifer Baptiste Primus was talking and they was talking about laughing and talking about the vendors and then they talking how they sell for lorry and all that to make money?
Yes.
This is how these people that look down at the population who they just want to vote for them.
And the population don't understand that also.
Right, people need to open their eye and see what it is going on here. These people that look down at we are servants or something, They just forget that it work in reverse,
Boy.
And I don't know, I really don't know what to say concerning that. But here it is, I want to tell you, I want to brief, Here it is. If the opposition leader decide to bring in somebody like Gary Griffith as an independent senator and Philip Edward Alexander as an independent senator, Gary, I can bet you, before the state of emergency is over, Keith Rowley going to dissolve parliament and set a new election, the general election. I can bet you that. Give them parliamentary privilege, let it talk, and we can see how long the PNM will last government. One side, you enjoy your night.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. San Fernando East MP Brian Manning is telling the country of Trinidad and Tobago to fear no evil, as he quoted his father's saying, "Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we shall fear no evil." Manning also stated that the attempt done by putting firecracker in a cardboard box at the Attorney General office was deliberate attempt by those with bad intention to destabilize the country. But the country done destabilize already. Listen this.
As my father would say, "Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we shall fear no evil." That would be his advice, and that is my advice to you. This week, there have been attempts at volatility and turmoil. Deliberate attempts by those with bad intentions to destabilize us. Today, my dear friends, I call upon you to fear no evil. This week, we have seen clearly the evidence that there are people that want to make our country ungovernable. Can you imagine some mastermind decided to put firecrackers in a cardboard box in a parking garage near the Attorney General's office? Someone like that is trying to disrupt this country and is unsuitable and unfit for leadership. If they cannot control, they will seek to destroy. That is what they do. For them to win, the country must lose. That is a notion that we must reject strongly.
Wasn't his father who said Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is like a raging bull? How funny! How funny it is, viewers. But you want to talk about destabilize? That an incident like that happened in 2020, I believe in July, to the Attorney General office already. So it's not the first time. But you want to talk about destabilize? Talk about 5,000 employees got retrenched. Talk about SPNet saying, don't call me 2 o'clock in the morning and ask me how much going. All going. Talk about that. I have nothing against Mr. Bryan being a politician, you know. I have nothing against him. But 5,000 people going home and nobody are talking about it? That is a problem. That is a problem. He added that persons should stand together on principle and not on color, as it was his vision for this country to unite.
My family, there's every color under the rainbow. Black, brown, white, you name it. And the last time I checked, every creed and race finds an equal place here in Trinidad and Tobago. That is something we should be proud of. I see a place where we stand together on principle, not on color. That is not how we operate. I see a country that stands united in the face of all adversity. The strength that we have developed over the past 2 years, almost 2 years now, is something that we should cherish for a long time.
Stand together. How long have there been race division in our country? How long? SOE is presently in effect in Trinidad and Tobago to suspend our rights. Our rights. I did know that a deadly virus could have caused a state of emergency. A virus did that. It's not a war breaking out, you know. A virus caused that. How sad it is, eh? How sad it is. Moving along, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parashan has announced that Trinidad and Tobago has received its first shipment of 50,000 influenza vaccine for the flu season, which runs from October 2021 to May 2022. Dr. Parashan listed out that persons who should get the vaccine based on high risk, they may have to contract the flu.
We begin the flu season in the Northern Hemisphere during the months of October to May of the following year, and as such, Trinidad and Tobago has received its first shipment of influenza vaccines for the season via the Pan American Health Organization. So this is our target population that we're looking at, and this is what we call our high-risk groups. So children aged 6 months to 5 years of age, adults over the age of 65, and we can look at above 60 as we did for COVID-19, persons suffering from non-communicable diseases, diabetes, hypertension, asthma, and the like. Pregnant women, again, have a slightly higher risk in terms of complication if they do get the flu. Persons with compromised immune systems, HIV and lupus, persons with chronic respiratory illnesses, asthma and COPD, persons who are overweight or obese, healthcare workers because of their exposure risk, and members of national security, customs and immigration, again, because of their high exposure rate.
Now viewers, the minister also mentioned that persons who should take the influenza vaccine, now, the vaccine should be taken 2 weeks after completing their COVID-19 vaccine regime and vice versa.
Generally speaking, as it relates to your COVID-19 vaccine, so we have a 2-dose regime and you have a 1-dose regime, right? So we are asking that if you have, when you have your second dose of a 2-dose regime, you wait at least 2 weeks before you have your influenza vaccine, and vice versa. If you have your influenza vaccine, you give it 2 weeks and then you can begin your COVID-19 regime. For a single dose regime, of course, you have 1 dose and then you can wait 2 weeks and have your influenza. And the converse is the same as well.
So viewers, we have about 5 minutes left before our show has come to an end for Bacchanal Thursday tonight. Now, we have a call. Caller, good night.
A very good evening to you, Mr. Saeed.
To you, my friend.
I want to send a message to, I call her now Marjorie Taylor Greene because this is how she is behaving, the Speaker of the House. I want her to know that general election will come, it will be called, and you cannot mute us on that day. You can mute us. She is muted mic in the parliament, but you cannot mute us on that day. All the best. Have a great evening.
Thank you, my friend. So we have 5 minutes on our show again, viewers, for tonight being Thursday. There's a repeat of this program tomorrow at 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. Every other day there's a repeat. But I also want to encourage you. To make a Real Talk investment. It's a fixed deposit system set up by the Real Talk Financing and Investment Company where you could open a fixed deposit system with us. Now, Real Talk Financing and Investment Company, they are presently paying 2.5% to 3% interest on your fixed deposit. Now, Real Talk Real Talk Group of Companies have the authorization to lend money. They are a licensed money lending financial institution where you can get a small loan, $20,000 to $30,000 with security collateral, of course. The investment department is where you can open a fixed deposit with them. Right? Invest. Now, same Brian Manning said, in the coming future, you will have to pay more taxes. And I am telling you tonight, you have your cash put down on a financial institute. You plan for rainy days. You plan that you put that money on a fixed deposit and you will draw your interest and live on it comfortable. Well, I will have to laugh to that. Because your interest on a financial institute is 0.05%. On $100,000, you will get something like $400 or $500 per year. That's 12-month calendar year. Now at Real Talk Financing and Investment Company, where you will get on that same $100,000, 2.5%. That is $2,000 more on your investment. So which would you rather? A 3 years investment at 0.05% or a 3-year investment on 2.5% to 3% on your same $100,000? Which would you prefer? Remember, in the coming future, you will have to look deeper into your pockets to pay taxes. So why not join Real Talk Investment and Financing Company and let your money work for you? So viewers, that is what I want to tell you concerning the Real Talk Investment and Financing Company. Secondly, I want to encourage you to make a contribution of $1,000 to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. We are having a Christmas food drive. I am giving away a M3 BMW, and I have added to that a Range Rover. Those were my 2 vehicles. So it's out there. Contribute $1,000 and you could get the Range Rover or the black BMW. And now that would be your Christmas gift. Your Christmas gift. And what do you have to do? Just contact us at 339-1670 or 238-6716 and make a contribution. Now they say when you give unto the needy, God will give back to you in a time of need. So you believe in God, you believe in charity, give a little. Contribute to our food drive. Make it your purpose. Make it your dean. Make it your gift. Make it your purpose. And make it your charity that you are giving for those that do not have. So I am giving back to you a Range Rover and a BMW. All you have to do is to contribute. That is all you have to do. So viewers, it was nice being here tonight. this Thursday night, bringing the issues that we deal with in Trinidad and Tobago on a nightly basis. It's been a pleasure hearing from those of you who called in your comments. You know, it is valid to us and to viewers of Real Talk in Trinidad and Tobago, around the world, on Facebook and also on YouTube. So it's time for me to say good night to you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and may God continue to open your eyes that you would see what is taking place in our beloved country. So until we meet again for another episode, be safe and good night.